This is a product I've been very excited to talk about. It's the SPL Track One Mk channel strip, and it's just as glorious as it sounds. And I mean that both ways. It's like 78% nerdy stuff, and it's coming right up. So, good day and welcome to the Time Preservation Society. I'm Jacobim Mugatu. SPL is an acronym for Sound Performance Laboratory, I think, which is just the coolest name. Hermann Gehr and Wolfgang Neumann started SPL in Germany back in 1983, which was Krull and Return of the Jedi ago. And for more than 30 years, SPL has gone on to make some of the highest-end, most innovative audio products on the market. They invented level-independent envelope processing, which is the technology used in their transient designer. They also developed the autodynamic de-esser that employs phase cancellation as opposed to the standard multi-band compression kind of thing, and much more. If you're into audio recording, you might have seen some of their popular plugins which are based on their hardware products. And if you're not into audio recording, and you're watching this right now, I don't know what to tell you. You're a strange and beautiful creature. All of SPL's products are made mostly with through-hole circuit designs where it counts, as opposed to, surface mount technology. And of course, everything is handmade in Germany by Germans doing it the German way, which everyone knows is always outstanding. But you're here to check out the Track One Mk. This is an incredibly amazing all-analog and all-metal channel strip that was designed with spoken word in mind. The front panel is made of 4mm thick anodized aluminum with aluminum knobs milled from solid blocks. The housing is made of high-quality steel and powder-coated. I mean, this thing is a work of art. Look at this thing. Will you look at it? It has 4 processing sections. The first features 2 transistor-based preamps, one for a microphone, and that includes phantom power, of course, for up to 63 decibels of clean gain. And the other preamp is for instruments like guitar, synth, and the like. It has a switchable fixed high-pass filter set at 80 Hz at 6 dB per octave. Next is an insanely powerful de-esser. I'm not kidding. This is the best de-esser I have ever used. Using phase cancellation technology, nothing beats this. Nothing. More on this later. Next is the compressor limiter section, and this is another remarkable technological feat of engineering. It seems rather simple, one knob and then a makeup gain knob. But don't let this simplicity fool you. This thing is totes cray. It can switch between a compressor and a soft limiter, and the limiter is insane. I tested it. I was barking into the mic. It wasn't peaking, my converters. It was amazing. Anyway, once again, more on the compressor limiter later. Next is the gorgeous 3-band EQ section with a low-mid frequencies section ranging from 40 Hz to 700 Hz, a mid-high frequencies section ranging from 680 Hz to 15 kHz, and then the air knob, which is a coil capacitor filter that boosts or cuts a bell curve with a center at 19 kHz. It's really cool. And finally, your output gain knob to tie it all together. On the far right, we can see a beautiful digital display showing the peak reading of the output signal and also the gain reduction when the compressor or limiter is engaged. It also has little lights that light up when there's an overload, when an S sound is detected, and when there's a signal present. On the back, the Track One Mk sports Neutrik gold-plated XLR ports in balanced and unbalanced ins and outs. It also has a compressor link, which will link 2 Track Ones together for balanced, coherent stereo compression. It's a gorgeous one-space rack unit. It weighs 3.4 kilograms, which is about 7.5 pounds in American. It's not light. You could frisbee this at an evil alien creature that invaded your starship and then still use it to record your captain's log. It measures. Oh, hold on a second. Let me just find my trusty old measuring tape here. This measuring tape was used by a masked vigilante named V when he was filling a train with explosives. I bought it off a no-nonsense lady named Evie in London back in 2005, I think. Anyway, its standard rack length of 19 inches and 1.73 inches tall. It's about 8.3 inches deep. So you've been hearing me through the SPL Track One Mk all along, of course. I'm talking into the SE Electronics SE4400, which is a relatively flat mic on its own. The Track One has made this sound complete before it's even recorded. I dialed in my sound, and it's going in this way. Because, this mic sounds a lot more flatter, just kind of a blank canvas without all the EQ and the limiter that I used. I mean, I could scream, and it will not peak. It is amazing. Okay, but here's something you might be interested in. I pre-recorded myself talking into the Roswell Mini K87 mic, another relatively flat mic. And then I used the Track One Mk as an insert plugin. I recorded it flat going through the SPL Track One Mk preamp with no processing at all, and then directly into my computer. This is what the SPL also is designed to do, act as an analog plug-in chain for post work, right? So I'm going out my DAW, through the SPL Track One Mk and then back in like a plug-in. So let's go into my computer and watch me play with the dials, tune in Tokyo, and create what I would call a finished voiceover, using nothing but the Track One as a plug-in chain. One sec. Okay, so here's the setup. I recorded some further information about the Track One Mk. I'll play it while using the unit as a plug-in chain. The SPL Track One Mk is one of the best channel strips for voiceover and other spoken word applications. The mic preamp is transistor-based, which imparts that analog sound. I've found that it generates really pleasing harmonics when pushed. The roll-off or high-pass filter at 80 Hz is totally usable for most people. The de-esser uses a brilliant technology developed by SPL that detects the S sounds, then mixes them back into the main signal, but phase inversed. This process simply and effectively deletes the sharp sibilants before it gets processed further. The auto threshold control maintains constant processing even as the speaker or singer's distance from the microphone varies. The result is tonally neutral, unobtrusive, and extremely effective. Even at high S reduction values, the de-essing has no significant effect on the character and timbre of the voice. The compressor limiter section is its own level of awesome sauce. The parameters for the attack and release are automatic and adapt in real time to the changing conditions far better than could ever be achieved manually. The attack time will respond quickly to explosive P or T sounds and react slowly to soft sounds. The compressor adapts like this in order to minimize coloration. It stays transparent, and that is f***ing awesome. The EQ section is another brilliant design. Both the low-mid frequency and the high-mid frequency bands operate on the proportional Q principle. If a more extreme boost or cut has been chosen, it will lead to a more precise definition of the frequency range to be processed, a higher Q. This minimizes influences from adjacent ranges. The air band is a coil capacitor bell filter with a center frequency of 19 kHz. In theory, only a genius baby or a small child with average intelligence can hear 19 kHz. But in practice, it creates some of the most pleasing air on the human voice that you could ever imagine. And it's real. It's real analog EQ. Well, I probably dialed in the best sound a long time ago, so I'll end this recording. Bye now. And now back to your regularly scheduled program. And just because I had to, I wrote and recorded a mini-song using the Track One Mk3 as the preamp and processor for every mono track, including kick and snare, where I used the Track One Mk3 as a plugin. Here it is. SPL. I think about the greatest sounds as well. Oh, you can tell the German engineering is swell. All in one rack space, you see. Four sections of beauty, yeah. Oh, the highest and the wonderment, the eternal friend. Am I delirious? The mic and me, Track One Mk3 tonight. Crap, this song's too serious. So this final line is self-aware today, and also tonight, and also tonight. I don't know. You try writing a song about an inanimate object. Yeah. But it did the job of showing you what could be done with the Track One in the real world. And now for the price. You can have this in your studio or booth for $1,200 USD. It's not cheap, but it's nowhere close to being as expensive as it should be. Think about it. A clean and luscious preamp, a state-of-the-art de-esser, a smart compressor limiter, and a 3-band EQ with a coil capacitor airband, all in a heavy, sturdy metal rack unit that will last you the rest of your life. And I mean that. The rest of your life. If you bought 4 high-end analog processors that did the same stuff, how much would you spend on something like that? How much would those cost? Probably a lot more. So I cannot recommend the Track One Mk3 enough. This thing is incredibles. It's so clean and crispy, and it feels so good to turn the knobs. I love German knobs. This is not a sponsored video. I'm not paid to say this. No one's ever paid me anything. One time, someone paid me to say something, so I can tell you guys, they paid me to say this, and I will. But no one ever has it, and definitely SPL didn't. It's just a phenomenal piece of gear. Folks out there that might own the DBX286S and maybe want to upgrade to the big leagues need to check this one out. I mean, it's not even fair. It's a whole, yeah, it really is amazing. If you get a chance to play with an SPL Track One Mk3 for a bit, chances are you won't want to ever part with it. It'll change your life. It's that good. Hans, what do you think?
This product is passing the inspection.
Well, that'll just about do it for all of me here at the Time Preservation Society. Hansel, he's so hot right now. Hansel. Bye now. In transmission. Thank you very much, everybody. I really appreciate it. Watch these other videos, please. Get me to 20,000. That's what I need. This is an old video. If you're watching this, I'm probably already over 20,000. That's a lot of fun. Anyway, bye.